Everybody, I'm sorry I'm late. Shelly, are you here?
Yes, Coach is here.
Okay,
I'm
good.
here.
Kenny's here too. Hey, Kenny.
I can't hear.
So, Shelly, did you share your good news yet?
Not still.
On Facebook I did, but I haven't done that here.
Well, go ahead and share it with us. And guys, I apologize. We got the link up to the webinar today, and we're probably not going to have that many people now. Next week, Muhammad has promised me that he's going to have the link out in the morning, Thursday morning next week, instead of waiting until right about the time when it's supposed to be here. And Jim, I'm glad you showed up. Muhammad, Jim has got a problem with the spelling on one of his review platforms, and we need to try to check and make sure we get that taken care of. And I appreciate you showing up to let him know about that, Jim.
Yeah, we've already discussed it, Scott.
Okay, good. And sorry, I was on a phone call. I couldn't get off. So, Shelly, I want you to go ahead and tell us what happened, and and Kenny made a special trip in here tonight to talk to you and congratulate you. I want you to know that.
Well, thanks, Kenny. I appreciate that. Well, I'm not sure what to say. I have been pounding the sidewalks trying to get a chamber and not getting return calls, not getting this, not getting that, and it's just been not frustrating, but just a downer. And I met with the chamber last week, and or 2 weeks ago, and they had their board meeting on Tuesday this week. And I called today, and they said, "Yeah, we'd like to take you on as one of our people that help the chamber." And they want to do the obviously they want to do the non-dues revenue. Muhammad, I've been doing the onboarding sheet, but I'm kind of stuck in one place, and I'm not sure what to do. And I will be meeting with the lady that I talked to first. Her name is Carolyn. I'm going to be meeting with her Monday to just kind of finalize everything at 8:30 in the morning Eastern time.
Yeah, sure. Let me know.
Okay, and Shelly, were you able to get them onboarded today like we talked about, or did you have any trouble?
No, I'm having trouble because it's asking. Let me go here. Hang on a second. It says review platform link, Google Maps link, Facebook page. I have no idea what to put in there. I'm not sure what they're asking for.
Okay, so Muhammad, do you want to try to walk her through that so she can grab that real quick?
Sure, no problem. Just give me a minute.
And while you're looking for that, Kenny, did you want to chime in and say congratulations to Shelly on her well-fought, hard-fought victory?
Yeah, Kenny's sleeping. What can we say?
He's here, but maybe he's on a, I don't know why he's muted, but anyway, I'm glad you're here, Kenny. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I am too. I appreciate it too, Kenny.
Hey, Shelly, Rick here. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice job.
I've got 5 more to visit in the next week, so
Excellent. Go knock 'em dead.
I will.
And Shelly, you are absolutely clear on what our next task is, right?
Get 24 5s, 4 or 5 stars.
25-star reviews in the next 10 days, and then we're going to go and have the next conversation with how we're going to offer it to the members of the chamber.
Okay.
Right. And hey, Rick, while Muhammad is looking that thing up, you want to chime in with us and give her any pointers on what you've done with your Treasure Coast people?
Sure. First question I have, did Scott or somebody provide with you an agreement that you have them sign in yourself or not yet?
No, not yet. I don't have anything for them to sign.
All right. Scott, do you mind sharing yours, which worked very well for me?
Yep. Hold on one second.
It's sort of an agreement that lays out the details. The only thing you'll have to change, of course, is your business name and the chamber. Perhaps any numbers that come up as far as, the price point to the members.
Yeah, okay. I'll look it over.
Yeah, I'll email it to you, Shelly. it's a Word doc, so you can edit it all.
Okay, sir.
Hold on
And
one
the
second.
other thing I would recommend, Shelley, is take a screenshot of their existing Google account. And then,
Uh-huh.
again, when they've got, 15, 20 reviews, and that could be additional ammunition when you go into your next chamber. This is what we
Uh-huh.
did. Now, Scott,
Yeah,
I think in the last, one of the last meetings that we're in, you were talking about the dentist that had this problem.
yes.
I do have the before and after screenshots.
You got those?
Oh yes, that's what I do, buddy.
Hey, tell Kenny what that was so he knows.
Kenny, you there?
We can see him.
Well, he's got his mic and camera off, of course. I think Jim's got his camera on.
Yeah. All right, hold on one second. Shelley, I'm going to show you this real quick. All right, this is the non-dues affiliate revenue chamber agreement that we have. And so I can send this to you in a Word doc, and all you need to do is change the dates and change the name of your chamber to the one that you have.
Okay, and I do have a question.
All right, so we've got that. Now I'll email this to you, okay? All right, go ahead, Shelley.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I forgot what I was going to ask. Oh, I know at one point, and I might be confused on this, but we were doing online review, and then we went to like EPI or
Yeah,
DPI
and we're using online review machine now.
again.
Yes.
All right, so all right, so I had to put online review, not the EPI, whatever that
That's
was.
correct. That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so you emailed that to me, you said, sir?
I'm going to, yes.
Oh,
Oh, you
okay.
can do it now? Yeah, I'll do it right now.
It doesn't matter.
I'll do it right now. Get it? So I got so much stuff. My plate is so full right now. If I don't do it right now, I'm going to forget. All right, I'm creating that. Okay, so Rick, if you want to share the screen and show everybody what you had.
You mean? Oh, sure. Let me just grab it here.
And I want all of you guys to know what a deep, deep sense of appreciation we all need to show with Rick, because he spent 3.5 hours with me on the phone with this lady fixing this thing.
Oh, wow.
3.5 hours he spent of his own time.
Fixing what?
I'm going to show you in a second.
You're going to see in a second. It was horrible.
Okay.
Okay, Shelley, you have that agreement.
Let me look. I just had a ding in here.
Hey guys, I'm here. Sorry about that. Congratulations, Shelley. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
I have no
Hey,
idea what to talk
Kenny.
about, so I'm shutting up. What? What's up?
Hey, Kenny, you remember when we first met Shelley, when she was having the ambulance come over to her house when she was so scared to go talk to her chamber?
She kept going,
And she kept going, man.
and she got one. That's it, man. That's what it's all about. It's just never quitting. Keep going.
Yeah.
It's never pretty. Even when you get good, it's never pretty. But
And you know the greatest thing right now, Kenny, is that she's got it crystal clear in her mind exactly what the next step she's going to take is.
there you go. What is that?
Shelley?
To get 25-star reviews.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
There you go.
That's the next step.
Yes, I'm meeting with her on Monday at 8:30. And I'm gonna send, because we're going to Dunkin' Donuts, and donuts are not on my diet, but I'm gonna have one, because you can't go to Dunkin' Donuts without having one.
Hey, can we get them 25-star reviews before Monday's meeting?
If we can get them onboarded, yeah.
All right, let's get them on board so we can do that. Because that would be nice if you could walk in there and say, I already got them.
Okay, so, hey, Mohammed, did you hear that? We need to get this thing onboarded tonight.
Just don't, the only thing I worry about though is that, Scott, is that too many too soon or no?
No, not if we started tonight or tomorrow and then through the weekend.
No, well, if you guys get on board and send me a link, I'll do one right now.
All right, Mohammed, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay, so as soon as we finish with Rick showing us what he's got to show us, then we're going to switch over and make sure that we get this thing onboarded and get me that link and we'll get started.
Great.
Listen to the damn chickens in Nepal.
Oh, is that where they are? I'm thinking, who are they waking up at this hour?
What a world we live in, man. I grew up in Banner Elk, North Carolina, man. We had 714 population, 3 television channels, and now we got, I'm talking to some guy in Nepal with chickens going off.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, you know what? I'm on Long Island, New York, and I got a lasso today.
You got a what?
A lasso.
Really?
I got one today, yeah.
Kenny the cowboy.
I've been trying to catch my chair all afternoon. I've been the most unproductive day ever. It's fun though.
Michael, the question is yes. And we can book an onboarding call during the process. So Mohammed will take us through that, Michael, to be able to show you. All right, Rick, you got the after picture, but I'm not seeing the before one.
No, you're not seeing the before one?
No, the only thing I see is 5.0 and 23 Google reviews.
How about now?
I'm still just, it looks like the screen is frozen. You might want to undo it.
Hey, Rick, the reason why that's happening is because when you click on the share button, you're only sharing one window.
Okay.
Instead of sharing a window, click on share screen, the whole screen itself.
I got you.
Now it's going to show, just so you know, it's going to show every click that you make on your computer. So
No problem. So this is the Nevada Trails Dental. Scott, I don't remember whose client this was.
Char Rustia.
And no way were they interested in our review tool until, what was the number, 20?
24.
24 one-star reviews hit their account in one day. And they were all fictitious. So Scott and I spent 3 hours on the phone with this woman responding to every single one of these and then notifying Google that they were fraudulent. And after 3 hours on the phone in about 2 weeks, it went to this.
5.0 and 23 reviews.
And they are using the tool.
And so the moral of the story is stay in touch with your people. And if they're saying no now, just to understand that we're building, it's a mindset. And if you have it as a business person like Jim Cattuso, I know he's going to understand what it is that I'm saying. And I know Kenny does too. All right. You got to stay in touch with these people and understand that they may say no now, but something is going to happen in every one of these local businesses in the next 3 to 5 years where the light bulb is going to go off and they're going to say, hey, you know what? I got to do something about these reviews. Now, in this particular situation, it was a dentist that got attacked by a nut job. And that person somehow ended up getting 21 one-star reviews on this lady's dental clinic. And the lady was in a panic. When I called her to do the welcome call, she was almost hyperventilating because she cares about her reputation so much. And it was just got trashed. So again, we spent 3 hours on the phone helping this lady get this problem corrected. And how likely do you guys think that they are to stay a client now after we solved that problem for that woman?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, I have one more example of don't give up and stick with it. Take a look at this here. I'm going to scroll down to my original email, and it's in red. Take a look at the date.
Monday, July 30th.
I-
God, I had hair back then.
I was calling this guy gingerly once a month for 4 months. And then I got to a point where I said, hey, listen, this damn thing is free. Why don't you try it? Oh, my guy who's working on it, we got another plan. I don't know. I called him today. He finally gave me a connection to this guy, Joey, who works at SEO Repair Shop. And I had about a half-hour talk with this guy, very impressed. He said, you know what, send me some information. And if it's free, I don't know why he's not going to take it. According to the client, this guy, Joey, is a decision maker, although he doesn't even work for the company. He says, whatever Joey says, I'm going to do.
Hey, Rick, can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
Is Joey his SEO guy?
Yes.
Okay, so what I would have said to the client right away, and again, you know, if you don't want, but what I would have said was, if you use my tool, you're not going to need a repair shop.
An SEO guy, you mean?
We prevent the bad stuff from happening.
Well, I don't want to put him out of business. That's
You
his
don't want to put who
business.
out of it.
His company is SEO Repair Shop.
No. I'm talking about the original guy.
Oh, you
I
know
would
what?
have said, I mean, the SEO repair shop, I mean, you go to a repair shop if something's broken.
Yeah, but you know what? The SEO guy for him is his web designer. You know, he's the whole ball of wax. So I wasn't about to, and the relationship was too good with this guy. So, I mean, here, he's got terrible reviews. He's got 9 reviews, and his competition has 73. So he knows he needs it. But I don't know if I would have got that position to say, hey, listen, if you use the tool, you're not going to need Joey.
Joey might be his son-in-law.
No. I'm not saying you're not going to need Joey. What I'm saying is that Joey's not doing his job.
Well, I agree.
Yeah,
And you
if
have
he
to say that elegantly. You don't just come out and say Joey's a dick. You don't just do that. but you do have to say, listen, if SEO is a complicated thing. It's like a 15-prong approach. It's not just keywords and backlinks. It's a whole bunch of different stuff. If the repair shop guy is just doing keywords and backlinks and he's not doing anything else, you're not going to see any results. As we see in your search results rankings right now, because you're number 2 and you have 9 reviews. The guy above you has 73. So if I'm looking at those two, who am I going to choose? I'm going to choose the guy up top, meaning Joey's not doing his job. He may be doing all the other stuff right. Let me take care of the review thing because he's obviously not doing that.
No, I agree. And part of the challenge was this guy said, and this is very the beginning, I've got more work than I can handle. And I said, well, that's not the point. There's going to be a point in time where you're going to want new and fresh clients. So I hear what you're saying. You're right. Definitely right.
All right, so Mohammed, can you help us get, is Shelly still here?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, Mohammed, can you help Shelly real quick get this thing onboarded because she's going to be leaving maybe early. So we need to try to jump on this and make sure we get everything that we need to get this chamber onboarded right now. Is that okay, Mohammed?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you want to share your screen and onboard it as she gives you the information?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, good.
He's going to share his screen, or I'm going to share my screen.
Mohammed, you want her to share hers and you tell her what to do?
No, I will share my screen and onboard it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, you do have the decision maker details.
Yeah. I have everything is filled out except for that review platform link, Google Maps. Everything else is all filled out.
Mohammed, it might be easier for her to do it, to you to help her finish that up then.
Wonderful. Okay, that's actually wonderful. You know what then? I'll send you any message right now.
You'll send me what, sir?
A message.
Oh.
1 second. Okay. You said you don't know what to place on the Google Map. That's the company is that in Nevada, right?
I'm sorry?
The company name.
North Fort Myers Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, sorry. Then, give me the full name. Sorry. Send me the full name and I will find it and send you the link.
You want the full name? I'm
got it?
sorry.
Yeah, that's-
You
thank
see that, Mohammed? North Fort Myers Chamber of Commerce.
Cool, I found it. And on which state? Or 1 second, I think where I found it. Yeah, yeah. This is Florida.
Yes.
North Fort Myers, Florida, 33903.
Wonderful. Very wonderful. Okay. Very simple.
And this thing that you just sent me privately, Mohammed, is that's what I put in that spot
No,
there?
no. Why that? The right link is this one here. The last link I said, the Google Map link.
I can't hear you. There's somebody that's making a lot of noise in the background, a lot of rumbling. I can't hear you, sir. I'm sincerely apologize.
I don't think it's my background.
It's the Roosters.
It is the Roosters.
Okay. I just said I sent you the link, the
Hey,
last
Kenny.
message.
Hey, Kenny, how you like that? 6-hour webinars, and we got roosters on our trainings.
I love it. Little slide.
And Kenny is in the background practicing with his lasso.
All right, so that's
Chilly. Yeah, just copy the last link I sent you and place it on the Google Map and onboard your client as normal.
all right. Do you want me? I have everything already filled out. I have it all
Yes.
sitting here. So just send it.
Just the link. You still don't have the platform review link. Copy the link I sent you and place it there.
I put that where it was asking for whatever it was asking for. I don't remember now. But everything else is filled in. I've tried to submit it. So
That's where the Google or the maps go.
yeah, that's what I did. I put it there. It says the URL is invalid. I put a new one in there. Everything else is fine. And now it says onboard new client.
Shelly, did you copy the last link I sent you?
Yes, sir. It's in there.
Great. So everything is filled in.
Yes,
Click on
sir.
board.
Click onboard.
Yeah, click on board.
Okay.
Give it
Thank
a
you for
second.
your onboarding. Your new client was submitted for review, and you will receive an email shortly. Contact us if you didn't hear from us in 20 minutes.
No, everyone here from us.
Mohammed, that sounds like one of them big chickens, man. I saw a thing on the news the other night, man. This chicken was 3 feet tall.
You're right about that, man. They have giant chicken here.
The chickens are big in Nepal.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Everything is big here. There's a lot of. Anyway. Okay.
Did you get it, Mohammed?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm checking in.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, correct. That's it. Yeah, well, I just received it. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, you just give me 5 minutes. I will onboard it right now and send everything, so you can keep talking. I will mute myself for a second. We're good?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
So I can start getting reviews, asking for reviews before I meet with Carolyn on Monday.
Yeah, Kenny said, let's go ahead and try to get them as many as we can between now and Monday. Then when you sit down with her, you can show her. So we want to make sure. I'll take a screenshot of it right now.
Yeah, because they have none right now. So
Shelley,
yes, sir.
did you indicate to the chamber that you were going to help them get reviews from your team members?
No, I didn't.
We did have a challenge with one of the chambers. For whatever reason, they did not want reviews from anybody other than their members.
Uh-huh.
And I think they may have thought it was some sort of an ethical issue, which it's not, because we are working with them. But Scott, what's your opinion on that?
I just suggest, Shelley, can you make a call in the morning and
Uh-huh.
ask that one particular question, and after ask that if that's okay, that the other chambers that we've been working with, we have been getting reviews for them. And is it okay if some of our members give reviews to you?
Okay. I can do that, no problem.
And you might want to explain that it's some of the members that have been working in the background to help facilitate, the whole process.
So can I know what will be the preferable time?
Okay,
What-
so yeah, this is a good time. So what?
So is this a good time? So I'll
Yeah,
be there
yeah.
in half an hour. Will that be fine?
It's a good,
Thank you.
you want to call me back in a half?
Give that lady my name. She needs my training badly.
So Kenny, what do you think? Should we wait and have her ask tomorrow, or should we just go ahead and start doing it?
No, I would ask. You don't want to lose the deal. You got to make sure. I mean, if that's not, if that wasn't discussed, you definitely got to ask them.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, even if you don't frame it as an ask, you could say something like, hey, Joanne, today we're going to start getting your reviews today. I just wanted to make sure that everything was, make something up. I just wanted to make sure that your logo is actually this picture or whatever, and just kind of throw it by and say, we're going to start getting your reviews today. So I just wanted to make sure, whatever you wanted to make sure, right? That your address is still this, or your web address is still that, or whatever.
Okay.
Or you can come out and say what Rick said, which is fine too. It doesn't really matter which way you go. But I would definitely run it by her one way or the other, just to make sure.
All right.
All right, I got a screenshot with them with no reviews saved.
And how would I show her that?
I'll email it to you
Okay.
right now.
Oh, so basically on Monday, I should have my computer with me.
Well, I mean, yes, and I mean, Shelley, you can let her, you can show it on our computer, or I'm emailing it to you right now.
Okay.
Just before that, they don't have any.
But
Is
by
the
way,
date?
Scott, did you have the idea of the welcome call webinar? Maybe you want to share that with the guys.
Okay. Well, okay, so the volume, oh, and Kenny, I'm trying to get back with Michael. I'm trying to check and see what time he may be available, by the way.
Okay, yeah. Whenever he's available, I'd like to talk to him. So.
Okay. All right. Shelley, I'm sending you the before picture right now.
Okay.
And Shelley, don't you have another one that you wanted me to get you that email and help you get some of the information for that for?
Yeah, that's for Tuesday, I believe. That was for the Naples Chamber. That's the Naples is a very good chamber. I hope that I get them on board. And they said that they just started using affiliate programs and they're very interested. But she did say that I may not, if they do go ahead and approve me, that I probably won't get in until February because they're introducing all this stuff to the members now. So she said that you may not get in until February.
Okay. Well, February's not too far off.
Unfortunately, no, it's not.
And February is better than nothing. All right, Shelley, I emailed that to you, so it's ready to go now. Okay, so what we were thinking about doing, and we wanted to get feedback from everybody, is this, okay? We're beginning to get, we have a gentleman, a member named Michael Weinsberg, that has hired a couple of telemarketers, and they are slamming us. All right, I've got, I think we had seven onboarding calls today, and we've got 7 again tomorrow. And so the idea that we're wanting to throw out there to get some feedback from you guys first, to see how everybody feels about it, is making a webinar, a welcome webinar. And we have a daily schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'll even do them on Saturday if we need to. But instead of making a welcome call to each individual person, we want to make a webinar, a welcome webinar available, because the volume is beginning to get to where our calendars are getting filled up, and we start getting in more trials. We're not going to be able to have the time slots. So we wanted to throw that idea out there to everybody and get your guys' input and about possibly having a welcome webinar that, so when you set up your trial, instead of setting up a welcome call for that individual person, then we just have a welcome webinar once a day, and they can log into it. We will also record them. And I want to also give you guys the other side of it, so you can ponder and understand where I'm coming from. All right, 2 days ago, we had 7 of these calls set up. So I was stuck at the house, couldn't leave, couldn't do anything except be here to do welcome calls all day because of the times that they were spaced apart. We ended up only getting to talk to one guy. The other people that were set up for the welcome calls, all I got was voicemail. And I left messages, and the one guy that I did talk to said, I don't know who you are, I don't know who that guy is, and I'm not interested, and he hung up on me. Now, I don't mind that. It's okay. Big deal. So what? Next. The problem is that it tied up my entire day because all of these appointments were all spaced apart. So as we're beginning to get busy and get scaled up, Shrin came up with the idea that, well, what if we had one welcome webinar per day, and they could pick and choose the day that they would like to be able to get that onboarding orientation information that way. So we wanted to throw that out there to all of you guys for your input before we make the final decision that we and I will say that we are kind of leaning in that direction, because I honestly don't want to be tied up all day long and call people that don't answer the phone for their welcome call. If I've got 6 people who say they'll come to a webinar at noon and they decide that they got busy and they can't do it, then that's not blocking out my entire day being stuck here all the time. So it's a time-saving opportunity that we've got, that if we change it up to a welcome webinar that they're invited to, and we will record it so they can go back and watch. And the most important thing is that they get that information, not that I've got to sit here and try to call them all day long and can't get through. So I'll be quiet, and if anybody has any input on it, they feel like that would be okay, then now's the time to say it or not. So what's everybody's feelings about that?
I think that's an absolutely fantastic idea, with one caveat. I think for a chamber, they may be excluded from this, and you might want to do them one-on-one.
Okay, I agree with that.
You know, I'll be honest. If I had a choice between a phone call and a webinar, I would take the phone call, because the chances of somebody saying, watch this webinar, the chances of me ever watching it would be 2 years later. But that's just me. So that's my opinion.
Okay.
Let me reverse it. Shelley, if you were trained by Scott, and it really takes 10 minutes, would you feel comfortable calling your clients and giving them a training on how to use it? That would
I
increase
would,
the
I have,
bond between you and them.
I'm one person that's not afraid of the phone. I'll call anybody. I'll call the president of the United States if I want to. No, no, seriously. I had no problem calling people. I really don't.
Well,
But I've got to know what I'm doing.
I want to do it for everybody, and I don't have any problem doing it for everybody. I'm just trying to tell you that if my schedule Monday through Friday from 8 in the morning till 6 every night is booked solid, then where do we go? Hint, hint, everybody has hired a couple of telemarketers who are appointments. All right. So if you guys, your choice is coming up, if we don't make a move as we're scaling, if we don't make a move to get these people together during a welcome webinar, then you may be looking at having your welcome call scheduled out 2 weeks. Because again, I'm telling you, there's only so many slots a day and they're getting filled up. So that was one of the other reasons why we were looking to an alternative to this.
How long
Yeah,
were you thinking the onboarding webinar would be, Scott?
30 minutes tops.
Can it be narrowed down to 20?
Probably, yeah. I mean, the only thing we're doing is saying, hey, here's your review tool. Here's how to put it on your desktop. And then I put my name and phone number and information in and hit send. I go to my email and show them the email that comes in that their customers will see. And then I click it and leave a review so they can all see how that works. And 20 minutes is doable, yes. And Jim, the other thing is, I don't really care if they actually get on the webinar. If we have a recording of it, the only thing that really matters is that they watch it.
Right.
So we know we fulfilled our obligation to them. If they don't need to get on a webinar and interact and ask questions about anything, that's okay. But they have got to either attend or they have got to watch it. And maybe we need to say that we will not activate your trial until you do this. Because again, it is critical that they understand how to get the review tool on their desktop, and it's critical that they see how the review process goes. You know, from asking someone, putting name, cell phone, email in the portal, hit send, it's vital that they can actually see that, not just try to talk to them over the phone. And just so you guys know, and Jim did it with me the other day with his kinesiology client, and Rick has done some with me. What I try to do is as fast as I can talk to them on the phone and get them into an Uber conference line, I get them there as fast as I can. And the reason is because I can share my screen, and seeing is better than talking. So when I can actually show them what I'm talking about, they're going to retain it a lot more. And then the other thing that I include in the email that I send them is Kenny's review demo, the 6-minute video that he made. That thing is great because it goes over exactly everything that I'm going over in the welcome call. And then they've got that video there as a reference if they need to go back to anything. And then they've got my phone number. If they need anything, they can call me at any time if they've got any question at all about anything, and I'll be happy to talk to them and help them.
I need to chime in here. I have to go. My nephew is here, but I appreciate all the encouragement and everything that I've had today, and I will talk to y'all later. Sorry to interrupt there.
Take care, Shelley. Good job.
The review link, and let us know if that lady says it's okay for us to start leaving reviews tomorrow, and we'll start getting them in.
Okay,
Yeah, and,
thanks.
I just onboarded your client.
Have a good night.
So it's good to
Okay. And
So Scott, this is Michael.
Yeah, Michael. Hey.
So, I'm fine with that. I think it's a great idea to just do a daily webinar. I think doing it live as opposed to recorded, I think is also good because if people have questions, that'll be good to, get them engaged. Ideally, what I'd want to have, at least for me, would be to have the webinar registration link so that whether it was myself or one of my guys books the call, that they can plug them into that registration link right away and get that that confirmation email sent out to them immediately.
Wonderful.
Also, I would want to know what webinar platform you were going to use. Ideally, I'd want to have one that was going to send them reminders leading up to that webinar, so we maximize attendance rate.
Okay, so Mohammed, Zoom, right?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, of course. We can send them reminders.
No. Yeah, Zoom wouldn't do it. You'd probably need to use something else that would send them the automated reminders.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't use Zoom. Zoom's not going to have that. You're going to have to use either Webinar Jam or go to Webinar.
Exactly.
Zoom's also going to limit you on the number of people that you have.
create the
And if Michael's
reminders.
sending 70 in 10 days, you're going to be capped out pretty quick because I think Zoom's max is 100.
Correct.
So if you have 2 people doing what Michael's doing, you're done.
Okay, and by the way, Kenny, I'd like to introduce Michael Weinsberg to you. Michael, you didn't have your last name on there. I wasn't sure who that was, but Michael, Kenny, Michael.
So, man,
And I'd like to get the 3 of us together on the phone because we've got some stuff we'd like to talk over with you, Michael.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I love the idea of getting them into an email sequence. One of the things that you guys could think about if you want is, as far as registration goes, instead of registering them just for a webinar, why don't you register them on a webinar, but also on an email list, and then just have the reminders go out through that, followed up by a replay sequence?
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing something through Webinar Jam, that obviously that would be native, so that'd be easy to do.
Yep.
What I'm currently doing, I've got them on everyone that comes in, I have them added to an email list, and they're getting like 20 emails over the course of like the next 6 months. So they get hit up pretty frequently, like the first 30 to 60 days. So I would probably, just have the webinar sequence outside of that, but absolutely.
Right. Yeah, that's Scott. If you're going to go the webinar route, which I think you kind of have to, I would do exactly what Michael just said. I mean, I would have them register right then and there when they sign up for the trial, and then have the reminders go out. I could write you up an email, like a drive to attend sequence, and then a replay sequence, like we sent, Jim and everybody else. And then it wouldn't be that hypey and that crazy. It would be completely different, but something to get them on the call, and then something to remind them about the replay. And then we can also set it up where if somebody watched the complete webinar, they don't get the replay sequence or whatever. I mean, we could, inside of Webinar Jam, we could set all that stuff up based on when they attended, how long they were there, and stuff like that. But I think that's the way you got to go if you're going to go with the webinar route. Zoom's just not going to work. Any kind of like Uber conference or anything, that's not going to work. It has to be
Okay.
Webinar Jam or go to webinar.
Okay, and you've got Webinar Jam, Kenny, so could you help us with that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not a problem.
And-
You just got to
and-
set it up really one time and then duplicate. Well, really, I don't know. The way that I would probably do it is I would probably set it up. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I've never done a webinar like that where it's literally every single day. I don't know if you set up 7 different webinars or you.
I mean, one thought is, you could set up 7 different webinars. I would probably make it an evergreen webinar for the beginning part, and then just have the Q&A be live at the end.
Right. That's what I was thinking. More along the lines of EverWebinar instead of Webinar Jam, and then just have them choose their time. And then we can even have the thing up there that says watch yesterday's replay if we wanted to. We can have like a just-in-time webinar. Then you cut out the Q&A. But whatever, you can we could set it up, Scott. I can get on there with you, and it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, but I'm hoping everybody's hearing me that as Michael is getting going and it's going well, we're getting some good feedback. I'm just trying to tell you that the schedule is getting filled up, and so as we scale, then we're not going to be able to, you're going to have people wait for a week or 2 to get their welcome call. And I don't think anybody wants that. You guys want me to be able to get to them as fast as I can. And I want to do that for you. So if we've got to gather these people together instead of trying to do them all one-on-one.
Yeah. So Scott, if you have a little time after this is over, I don't know if you do, we can look at EverWebinar and see what we could set up there. And
okay, and Michael, I didn't know if you had any time that Kenny and I could talk with you briefly after we finish this training webinar, if that's okay, if that works for all
absolutely.
3 of us. And,
Absolutely.
yeah,
and if you want to share anything about what you're doing,
please, Michael. Yes.
I think I kind of got an idea, but
Yeah, pretty much. We're just using one of the two scripts that you had in the cold calling sequence, the first, one call close deal. I actually tested out a couple of different scripts, but that script is working really well. And all I did was hire a couple guys to get on the phone and smile and dial. So I mean, there's no magic to it. It's just making phone calls and talking to people.
See, Michael, I was going to tell them that, but it sounds so much better when you tell them. Instead of you're doing exactly what I told you to do in the training. The only difference is you're actually doing it, which is awesome, and your telemarketers are doing it. But yeah, man, that's it. Listen, if you just say the script over and over again, it works. It's not going to work every time, but it's going to work, and that's just the way it is. So,
Michael,
Are you focusing on a particular niche? I mean, are you focusing on plumbers or, contractors or anything in particular, doing them all at once? Or
I did a couple of things. So first thing I did is I looked at the whole Chamber of Commerce thing, and I thought, hey, that's a great idea. So the first thing I actually did was I pulled lists of, I went to a couple different Chamber of Commerce's big ones, and instead of going directly to the chamber and saying, hey, can I do this? I just took the list, downloaded it from their website, and gave it to my telemarketing guys, and just had them smile and dial. And they were basically saying, hey, this is John Doe, with Mach 4 Marketing, and calling on behalf of the San Diego Chamber of Commerce. Hey, I know you're a member over there, and we're wondering if you might be willing to provide a review for us. So I wrote a little script for them. They were using that. They actually got a bunch of reviews, but they weren't getting almost anybody to take the free trial. And so I killed that, dropped that, and just went straight to the one call close script. And never ended up using the entire list that I'd pulled from the different chambers. That may work really well. It just didn't, the way I was doing it just wasn't working. And I wanted to stick with telemarketing instead of getting out in the field, because I just want to give it to some other people and let them do it and see what happens. Then in terms of the other lists, I basically just went to Upwork and found some, guys that would do some scraping, and they just scraped a couple different lists for me. I put together a list of, like 20 niches, and I just gave it to them. I didn't give them any specific order. So they just grabbed the first one and did a scrape, and provided the data, and gave that to my guys, and they've just been calling. But yeah, there's not really any one particular vertical. I think really, if you scrape a list based on review quantity and quality, that potentially is going to be a more responsive list than just kind of a list by vertical. But if you do vertical with quantity quality reviews, then that would probably be a pretty good list to go after. And that's pretty much what we're doing. And they're calling right now, I'd say between two guys, between about 400 and 600 dials per day. And the bulk of them, obviously, they're not getting a chance to talk to the people, but it's enough that every day they're getting like 2 or 3 each, I'd say, on average.
Yep. Yep.
And and some of those guys, and we're still working out our system. I have them doing a bunch of stuff on the back end. Once somebody says yes, I have them, they're added to an AWeber autoresponder sequence. They're set up with a call with me 25 to 30 days out. They're set up with a call with Scott sometime, basically as soon as possible. I have them do like 3 or 4 different things. And, and if we're not getting people that are showing up on the calls, I appreciate that feedback, Scott. And obviously, let me know if that's something that persists.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about when I was trying to get a hold of you, just to kind of give you a heads up about that. But I will say on the positive end, some of the ones that we are getting a hold of are some good quality people. This
Great.
West Alabama Bank is going to be a very good one. Rick, what was Michael's company again? Dutch Oil looks very promising as well. And then Michael Mulla.
He was the renovation.
Yeah, renovation guy in West Virginia. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, they're the ones that I'm being able to get a hold of are promising.
Hey, Michael, are these people with you, or are they outside?
Nope.
You have a room, or are they just on their own?
like from a telemarketing company. So it's not, they're not like sitting in my office.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, but they're
I
not
love
sitting
it,
in
man.
the house either.
That's like the greatest thing ever. It's awesome. That's, look, I mean, the one thing that I'll say is that the numbers are probably a little intimidating to a lot of people here, but everyone here could do 100 calls a day. You don't have to do 400. You don't have to do 800. You could do 100 calls a day, and you extrapolate those numbers out a little bit. You can maybe get one trial a day instead of the 3 or 4 that Michael's bringing in. That ain't bad. 7 trials a week is pretty good. So quit dicking around and start doing the stuff that works. Like we talked about on Monday when we had our hour-and-a-half long video discussion. Start doing the stuff that works and go out there and hunt. You gonna sit back and wait, or are you gonna go out there and get it? That's what we were talking about on Monday. Go out and get it. People that are going out and getting it are those are the people that are getting the deals done. People that are waiting aren't.
Kenny, I had a client I talked with today that's having a problem with Yelp, and I know that you said that you can apply this to other platforms such as Yelp and so forth. Now, would they pay for a review machine for Yelp and then one for Google both?
No, actually what we do, Jim, sorry, Kenny, if it's all right if I answer that one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, all we do, Jim, is if they would like us to go to Yelp, then we redirect to the people to go to Yelp's review platform instead of Google's. So it's not both, it's either or.
Okay.
So if they wanted to go after Yelp reviews in the month, if they wanted to go after Yelp reviews in the month of December, then we would just have all of the people that they sent requests to pointed to Yelp.
And could they also have Google as well at the same simultaneously?
No, it's either or.
Oh, it's either or.
We have a code URL that we put in where the software decides where they're going to send the people, and we got one slot for that to go in. So we can send them to Yelp or to Google or to Zillow or to Amazon. I mean, it's basically any review platform out there. We just need to have the URL of the page of the destination that we're sending them to.
I see.
Or, Jim,
Yes.
you can have a page. Remember when we did the hotel dude who wanted to have like 18 different hotel sites at one time?
Yep.
You can have this is a little crazy, but you can have a page between, how did we do it, Scott? After they put the star rating in, they got led to a page that said, leave your review on one of these websites, right? I forget how we did it, but we set up an account with a hotel thing where they can leave a review on Expedia, Priceline, like 9 different places at one time without having to have 9 different platforms.
I think we may be able to do that. I'll have to get back with Muhammad again, and he had to go, by the way. But I'll have to get back with
basically
Muhammad.
what we did was, after you submit the star rating on the actual software itself, you usually get led right to Google after that, right? We can lead you anywhere we want after that. It doesn't have to be Google, it doesn't have to be Yelp, it could be anywhere. So with this particular person, I think what we did was, instead of leading them to Yelp or Google or anywhere else, we led them to a regular page that we had built that said, leave your review on Expedia, Priceline, and it was a hotel chain. So it was like a number of different travel sites. And the customer then got to choose where they left their review. So if you wanted to set something like that up where they had the Google and Yelp on the same thing, it's just they get to choose which one they leave it on, that would be fine too.
I
But
think,
again, you would have to with Muhammad to figure out exactly how we set that up, because I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
I think, yeah.
Wouldn't that involve multiple platforms, multiple review?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, is that
No, it's one. It's one, because what happens is they put in the customer, your customer, the trial person, puts in the information for the client, right? Then the client gets the text message, okay? Then they click on that link. Then the link says, put your name, your phone number, your email address in, and then leave us the star at the bottom. And then we click the button after that, right? After they click that button, then they get led to the Google review page.
correct.
But that's just the link that we set up.
Correct.
So we could set that up to a lead pages page that says, leave a review on Google or Yelp.
But yeah,
That's-
I think we would have to set up multiple
No, you
reviews.
don't. We didn't do it for the other guy.
I'm pretty sure, but it's okay. We could do that.
Yeah, we didn't have to for the other guy though. For the other guy, we did it with one because I remember that's how we closed the deal.
Okay.
We told them we'll put it on every single one of them with just one machine if you do it.
Okay.
So it
But
was
it's
just
not,
the
it's
link.
just internal. If we did it on each, we had a link to each one. It's just internal. It's not anything that would affect them.
Right. Instead of leading to Google or Yelp, we led to a landing page that had links to it to leave a review on different sites. I forget who it was. I don't even remember the name of the.
I can't remember either.
But it was a little complicated, but we got it done and it worked, and it was fine. So,
Right.
but again, we'll have to talk to Mohammed about how to do that. But
Okay.
it's possible.
Okay.
Okay.
And Jim, just always say yes, and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Jim, the other option is to offer them a discount on the two.
Yeah. Well, that was my first question was, can you have two separate platforms? And
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you could do that, but then they're going to have two different links on their computer, right? They're going to have to put the information in twice, and the customer's going to get two separate text messages for each individual thing.
Well, unless there was a guy who wanted Yelp reviews, we set up a platform for him that would direct directly to Yelp. And if he was focusing on trying to get Yelp, he used this platform for those people. Then if he wanted to use Google, then he would use the other platform to start the process off for the Google people. But we can talk to Mohammed about the logistics of trying to work something like that out. Yes. But I do believe that it would be doable. Yes.
Jim, I just want to show you something. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be stupid looking and ugly, but just follow along. So we have the link on the person's page. This is for the client, right? With the trial, free trial, client free trial, right there. That's the link on his screen, right?
Mhm.
The customer then gets a text message, that leads them to a page that says name, phone number, email, and then stars right at the bottom. Then they have a button. This button leads to the Google review page, right? Is everyone following me right now?
Yes.
Okay. This link can go anywhere. Doesn't have to go there. It could go anywhere. So for your case, I don't know why that's so big. For your case, what we would do instead is instead of leading it to a Google review page, we would lead it to a page that had Google, Yelp, Home Advisor, whatever, and then it would say, leave a review below. And these would all be links to Google review, a link to a Yelp review, and a link to a Home Advisor review. Now, I don't know if Home Advisor applies, but I'm just saying it could be a lead pages page or whatever, ClickFunnels page, whatever it is, and you could just have the links or buttons underneath. Because that link after the text message, after the star rating thing, doesn't have to lead to Google. It can lead anywhere you want it to.
Right.
So you can lead
Right.
it to
Correct.
this page, and then they could they could select where they want to leave their review.
That's correct.
Isn't Facebook jumping on this bandwagon too? The
Yeah.
review
Put an
page?
FB down there at the bottom.
Yeah, can we do Facebook? I'm not sure if we can do
Yes.
Facebook.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a review platform. We can go directly there.
Okay, so then
Facebook data pros.
Facebook data, I don't even know what that means. Facebook, then we can go anywhere. We can get to a porn site if we want. It doesn't matter. We can amend it if we want. It's just a matter of putting the buttons on a landing page and having them select where they want to go.
Okay.
You may not want to do Facebook though, because they're binary now. It's not a 5-star scale. It's either would you recommend them, yes or no, and that's it.
Yeah.
So there you
Nice.
go. Deleting Facebook. Facebook's gone. I don't like Facebook anyway.
Me
But yeah, it could go. It could go anywhere, and that's exactly how we set it up for the hotel chain that we did. Because they said they were like, we don't have clients just from Expedia or Priceline or Travelocity. We have them from everywhere. So we don't want 25 different review platforms on our computer. That's ridiculous. So basically what we did was we set up a page that said, where did you book your hotel stay at? Leave a review below or whatever. And it led them to wherever they booked their hotel or whatever they clicked on, really. But that's what the page said. And it was relatively easy to do. But again, that's how we did it the first time, and it worked pretty well. Worked so well that I don't even remember who the person is. That's how well it worked. But you can do it. So there you go.
Good, good.
All right, so if we have a little silence now, then we can take a deep breath, and if we're done, then we can sign off, and I'll call Kenny and Michael, and we can chat for a few. And then if anyone else needs anything else, then we'll.
Yeah, I'd like a copy of that email whenever Scott, whenever that script that you were talking about earlier.
The agreement to the chambers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send that. Yeah, I'll send that over to you, Jim.
All right.
And Mohammed was able to take care of our spelling issue with kinesiology.
Yeah, he's going to take care of that. Yeah.
Okay, good, perfect.
All right, thanks, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
So I guess we're done, everybody. Thank you very much for attending. We'll have it recorded. And Kenny and Michael, I'll give you a call. You guys a call in just a minute.
All right, sounds good.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.